What's up and welcome to a new update, and today we're going to look at some price action which you should be considering if you are trading crypto. But before we continue, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also make sure to use the discount final day today. Discount code is final30 if you want to join our premium membership and get access towards the copy trading solution which we will be bringing towards you within 2 weeks. So if you want to join that, make sure to use the discount code. Today is the final discount day. When we're looking at the price action of the Bitcoin, we can see that we are having some momentum here, which means that we have been getting a incredible bounce on Friday. Yesterday, I've been discussing the reasoning behind that theory and behind the fact that we got this bounce from this crucial area. And we are back into chopping lands, right? So we are just making sideways chop here, getting into the region of resistance, which is this entire block, which we have been testing for 3 times already. And the odds of breaking upwards have significantly been increasing. The fact that the more you test the resistance, the more likely it will get to that we're going to break out within the near future. So we've had these 3 tests. We've had a 4th one actually with this breakout already. Therefore, it's becoming more likely that we're going to get a breakout taking place. But something you should be aware of is the case that we get another sweep to the highs, drop back down, and then we start running back up before we're going to have the breakout. So chasing trades at this point is probably not the wisest strategy to do so, because in that way you're getting yourself into a less optimal trading solution. That's why I've stated that this was the area that I wanted to get an entry point from. Now we're going to dive into the price action of Bitcoin to base ourselves into a potential trade opportunity once again. So if we're looking at the daily time frame for Bitcoin, it looks like we're going to have a breaker above the resistance area and continue rallying. However, it's on the edge. We are climbing back up. We have been seeing that previously too, and have been falling down in history quite fast from this grind up. So especially with DCG and Gemini, you should be aware of that fact. If they are going for a bankruptcy, it's probably going to be painful for the markets. But daily level remains the same. You clearly don't want to see the prices drop beneath 16.7k at this point. So when we are going to discuss prices for Bitcoin, you could be saying, hey, the area that we are looking for support, you can see here, this is the area we've had a reaction from, which is the area that we should have been holding there overall. Now we're getting a reaction from the area that we have here. So if we want to scoop in some positions, this is the crucial zone that Bitcoin needs to hold in order to have some momentum taking place. And when we get some momentum, we are looking at a resistance at 17.4 and potentially even 17.7. So based on the 4-hour time frame, we are looking at an entry point there. If we're looking at the 1-hour time frame, we can confirm that the block is still there, right? We are confirming that we are acting inside resistance. So we have not been breaking out of it yet. We can confirm that we've had this big bullish impulse move, and therefore on lower time frames we could be into support area. We are looking for a case where we get towards the high, fall back down on Monday, get a slight short going, and then this is the first aggressive area that we're looking for support, and this is the more conservative area, just like we have been retesting previously too. And if those are going to hold and we grind, it's Amsterdam, so that's why you can hear all the noises again. If we grind back up at a later point in time, which might be due to CPI that's coming in, if we grind back up and get another test going, this will probably be closing after that. So then we start a run towards 17.4 to 17.7, which ultimately is a positive reaction for Bitcoin. But in this case, I clearly would want to wait for a retest at 16.8.5, potentially 16.7.5 for the most optimal trade before I start getting really hyped about the position that we want to have. You can also conclude that you should be holding here in order to prevent the markets to puke even more. If we're going to drop beneath 16.750, I think we're going to lose ground quite fast, and that's going to be painful for a lot of traders. Now here is the scenario that I've been painting, in which I was looking for the case where we were taking some lows, didn't really get towards the entry I wanted, but okay. We get towards the highs, and now we're simply just consolidating and waiting for patterns to actually break up or down again. If we do the exact same for Ethereum, we can see that we've got some gaps. So we are into this resistance area, clearly not breaking through it. If we do break through it, we still have some more levels here, but if we start looking at the 4-hour time frame, we could say that we are continuing the rally towards at least above 1300, right? So then we could say that we're running here and take out all the liquidity that we have above these two highs and then fall down. But in this case, we've just had a break up and got into resistance again. So the bearish guys are saying, hey, we are into a bear div construction. But it reminds me a lot of the structure that we have been seeing here in the bounce of Ethereum. Consolidation, another bounce up into resistance, taking liquidity, lower high, and then falling back before shooting back up. In that case, we could be getting a scenario where we fall back down. Then I'm going to look at the area around 1220 to 1230 as the most optimal long trade. And then we can start shooting towards the new highs at 3025 and start argumenting that we're going to get a breaker towards 1600 at a later point in time. So at this point, the price action becomes to be relatively, well, I would say tricky in terms of trading wise. There's no clear setup going on Ethereum aside from the fact that if you go to 1250, it might make sense to have some scalp trades going there. We could actually be holding. But if the markets are going to puke on Monday, depending on DCG and Gemini, this is the scenario that I'll be looking at for the most optimal trading solutions. And why? If you look for the long in this range, get yourself in this stop, you get a trade of 5R. If you look for the long right now, you're going to look for a trade that is probably based on scalp trading, but it's not going to end up in a positive R, and therefore you're not going to be profitable if you trade that 100 times. So I would advise to remain relatively calm and see how the markets are going to be played out here. If we have another sweep off the high and drop back down, I think it's time to be patient and to get some slight shorts going. This is the update for today. Next week I'll be going to update a lot again. Next weekend I'll be in Cape Town, so then the updates will come from there. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, check out the discount, and I'll see you again tomorrow.